July messages for Aries. What are some July messages for Aries, please? 10 of Cups in reverse. Any more? For Aries, what are some July messages? We got double tens coming out. Oh, can you see it? Maybe I have to expand it a bit more. Can I zoom out? No? Me. Is that better? The fuck? Alright. That's better, right? Okay. Alright, we got double tens that came out for Aries. We got the 10, and they're both in reverse. We got 10 of Cups in reverse and 10 of Swords in reverse. Okay. So... very interesting. Okay, Aries, for the month of July, I see you recovering from an argument of like between you and someone else. This could be like in regards to someone that you might have separated from. The funny thing is this card came out first, right? So either you are recovering from a separation and you're starting something new, or for some of you Aries, you might be getting in an argument with somebody or separating with somebody, and it's only going to begin new opportunity for you in July. So I'm getting like two different scenarios for some of the Aries that might be watching this, is that you do have some Aries that are going through a breakup or separation, or might be arguing with somebody here, and will be eventually recovering from that and be beginning new things. But there are some Aries that are already like kind of like separated from someone, and they're going to be starting something new in July after they recover from the separation. Tell me more. Tell me more, please. What are more July messages for Aries? 2 of Cups, reverse. Six of Wands in reverse. 3 of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. Two cards came out here. Let's move this a bit over. We got the Devil coming up, and then we got the 5 of Wands in reverse. Alright, let's read this for you, Aries. So, starting over here is we got the 2 of Cups, and then we got the the 6 of Wands in reverse. So, in July, so again, there's like two scenarios here for you Aries that are watching. These are like that things are about to happen, and then things that already happened, okay? So I'm guessing like someone here that you're separated with feels like they're being ignored, and it looks like they have doubts over rekindling the situation because whatever was left has been kind of destroyed. And then there is another part of this reading where I see some Aries out there that regarding this separation that they are dealing with, I feel like somebody is going to try to come in and try to talk to you. This person you separated with that you have been recovering and you're trying to start over again, this recovery from this separation with somebody, it seems like they might come again they're thinking of coming again after all the separation time to talk. But I don't think you're going to accept them back in during Cancer season, especially because Cancer is popping out to me, and we are currently in Cancer season. So, like, the beginning part of July, I think that, like, if this person is thinking of coming back after, like, this time of separation, you're not going to take them back. You're kind of, like, not in a good zone with them. Like, even if they come forward, it's not, like, harmonious. It's the actual opposite. I see you rejecting them and pushing them up. So, like, I see, like, if this person is thinking of coming in after all this time of separation, you're gonna be like, no, like, you're gonna be rejecting them. And, like, they can't come back from this. And I think a part of them knows they can't because, like, they have, like, these doubts of things working out, but I feel like they are also thinking of, like, they're not, like, letting go. They want to come forward and talk. But I get a feeling that you're gonna reject them by ignoring them completely. With this Six of Wands, it's like you're like doing your own thing, you're pretending they're not there, and you're gonna be very cold, because you're not trying to rekindle this shit. You're like over it. Then we got the Three of Pentacles coming in, and then that Knight of Pentacles coming in. Okay, so I think, like, you might come, like, I think it's not just them. I think there's some people that are involved. It's not, like, I think, like, they're hoping that they can cooperate with you and talk about things. They're hoping that you guys can come up together and have some teamwork and talk, because they view you as someone who's very dependable. But with you, you're like, no, I can't really, like, do that with you. Like, if I'm gonna talk with somebody and work with someone, I need, or, like, interact with somebody, it has to be someone that I can depend on. And I see you, like, kind of just keeping to yourself about this. Or maybe, like, you might talk to others about this scenario at some point, if it does happen. But overall, like, you don't really, like, depend on this person. I see you turning your back. Like, both of these cards are kind of, like, turning away. Like, they're not really coming towards, they're kind of, like, separating. I don't think that this is something that can be salvaged. And you're like, you've been recovering from this, and it's just like, I'm gonna be real, like, as a fellow Aries, like, I know, like, when Aries are done, they're done. They are quick to cut off. They're not very codependent. They're the least codependent of the fire signs. And they're not gonna waste their time on it. They have very low patience. So it's just like, they're not going to even give you the time of day if their mind is made up. And I think that a lot of Aries are going to be feeling this way in regards to this kind of situation. But I think that at some point, Aries, during Cancer season and July, I do think that you're going to be more withdrawn after this scenario. I think that, like, there's parts of you is going to be very moody, and you don't really want to, like, talk to people when you're moody, because you might snap at them, or you're feeling moody because this person, like, pissed you off, and you don't really want to, like, be around others and them. You kind of, like, withdraw because, like, you're trying to recalibrate your emotions and how you come off, because, like, you know, like, you have a very low fuse and you don't want to, like, explode on someone. So I see you kind of, like, pulling back and just being more withdrawn with, like, this energy of, like, being really upset. And I think, like, this is, you know who I'm talking about in regards to the devil? This is someone that felt like you were kind of like, the devil card talks about, like, being chained to a situation. Like, someone that, like, either is obsessed with you or you're obsessed with them. Or, like, there's, like, this is something that felt like you were addicted to some extent. It's, like, something like of a bad habit that you can't really get out of. I think they're coming forward to, like, tempt you to come back again and kind of, like, testing you. But I don't think you're gonna give into that, especially with this card next to this card. Like, you're withdrawn, like, you're pulling away from this, like, temptation. And then you have, like, the Five of Wands coming in, right? Which is talking about a lot of passive aggressive energy. I'm guessing, like, either this person is gonna come forward, but they're kind of, like, being very passive aggressive, and you're not into that shit. Oh, Aries. And the reason why I'm laughing is because Aries is a very heavy, like, fire cardinal energy. They don't like people telling them what to do, and they also pick up on shit where, like, people can be passive because, like, they're not dumb. Like, they know when someone's trying to, like, manipulate them, and I don't think they're about that shit. And it's just like, I think, like, you get angry, but you're also kind of like, there's a mix of emotions here where you're a bit scattered. You're not trying to fight, but it's like the whole situation gets you upset that it's even happening, and you can't help but get more upset, and you feel like you're being gaslighted in some way. And it's just like, you know, you start thinking about the past and you get emotional, and like all these different turmoil and emotions are kicking in. And I think that's why, like, you get a little bit scattered mind, and you're like, you can't really like talk to people right now. Like, you kind of have to like withdraw and recalibrate yourself from this interaction. Let's pull up some hidden factors for Aries for the month of July. What are some hidden factors for Aries for July? Hidden factors for oh. You got the Three of Cups showing itself. Tell me more. July messages, hidden messages, please. The Magician in reverse. Oh, is it showing? A second. Sorry, this like table bed is like, I always have to readjust it. Page of Cups. Three of Wands. Hidden factors. What are some hidden factors for Aries? Things that you're not aware of that's going to happen in July. Tell me more, please. This wanted to show itself. We got the Lover showing itself. And then we have the Fool upright. Interesting. Okay, tell me more. Any more hidden messages? Ten of Swords showing itself again in reverse. Tell me more, please, for Aries. Hidden messages. Four of Swords, Strength card in reverse. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Three of Swords in reverse. Interesting. And then you got the Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay, let's read this for you, Aries. Hidden messages. Hidden messages. Okay. Sorry, my OCD is kicking in. Okay. Starting with the Three of Cups and then the Magician in reverse. So, I see, Aries, that there's going to be a period in July where you're going to come together with your friends or your community, and you're going to like hang out and celebrate, spend time to be happy with your friends in July. And you know, July, there's a lot happening. It's summertime. You have all these holiday events happening. Maybe there's some birthdays and out there, but like I see you spending a lot of time with some friends in July. But I think that there is some poor planning that's going to happen with that Magician in reverse. I think some of these plans that are happening aren't really planned out. It's more like impulsive, spur of the moment hanging out. Which I'm not surprised. Like, Aries, they're very like adventurous. Sometimes like Aries don't really like to plan things out, they just do. So I'm not sure if you're spontaneously planning to hang out with friends, or your friends are gonna just spontaneously like, hey, let's go out, let's hang out. So I see like just be prepared, you know, Aries. Like, I know like some Aries really like to like look nice. So just be prepared for that. Spontaneous hanging out with friends. And I think that's something that you really do need, is just to be around people that care for you. Then you got the Page of Cups coming in with that Three of Wands. So, there is some interesting opportunities that are going to come for you soon, Aries, where like, it's not like anything bad. I think that there is some very like good opportunities, like a happy surprise kind of opportunity that's going to present itself. Trust your intuition. and be open to these opportunities that are coming. Like, it's gonna really like spark some curiosity on how like you want to go about those things, like explore your creative side. um but also, like, I see that there's a lot of like planning here. Like, definitely keep your, like, be open to your intuition, because I think that you're gonna have some foresight on what's to come your way soon. And I think like you're gonna be planning, like, even though like I just said like Aries don't really plan, like this is an opportunity that's gonna be very progressive that you might need to plan for. And then you get the lovers coming in and the fool coming in. Yeah, like there's a new opportunity happening here. And I know like the lovers is very insinuous towards like, a connection of like maybe romance. This could be a romantic opportunity, but it's also the card that talks about making a decision, making a very like important decision, right? Then you got the fool coming in, which is talking about new opportunities, but like being careful about these new opportunities, right? So like you have to be prepared for a new opportunity that's about to like begin for you, that you have to like plan more ahead for. It could be a romantic opportunity, but I also see that like this could be other opportunities where you have to make a choice on something, and it's gonna be a new start for you. And like I think you're gonna be a little bit spontaneous with this type of decision, where you can explore your creativity and all that stuff. And then here you have the Ten of Swords in reverse coming in, and then the Four of Swords. A lot of air energy coming in. I'm not sure if this is involving an air sign, but with the Ten of Swords and then the Four in reverse, and then you have the Four of Swords upright, I'm guessing that you're still kind of recovering from a situation, but just know that the worst already has happened, and the only direction is now upward, right? But I don't think that, like, you have anything to worry about. With the Four of Swords, it's indicating that you're going to be getting a lot more rest, and you're going to be like meditating and relaxing and retreating, which is a very good like corner for you here. Like the worst has already happened. Now like you're just starting over, and you're able to let go and get more rest and feel more rejuvenated from a situation. But like there's a lot of like self-doubt that's showing itself with the Strength card in reverse. It's talking about like, like there's some insecurities that you might be struggling with, having like low energy. Be careful of that. I know like some like Aries don't normally come off like insecure and not that really confident when they're usually the most confident sign. But there are times where like when an Aries is low, it can go really down really fast. And I'm getting that like is going to happen at some point in July. And it might be in regards to a situation that you thought that you were going to like, a situation that you invested in but didn't really like go through with. That's going to be making you feel this way. It's like with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, it's talking about like a certain situation where you did a lot of work, but you didn't really get the results that you were hoping for. And I feel like there's some distractions that's going to come into play here that you'll like be bothered by with the situation. Like maybe this was a situation that you're like still like holding on to that is like making you question like yourself and doubt yourself, because like you gave it your all, but it didn't like, you didn't get the results that you were hoping for, right? But with the Three of Swords coming in and then the Knight of Swords coming in, I see that with the Three of Swords, like there is a lot of like negative self-talk, like you're kind of hard on yourself, but I see that like despite that you're moving on, you're releasing this pain from this situation that has you questioning yourself, that you didn't really get to see the results of. There's still some residual like negative energy that you get from that situation, a lot of like self-criticism that comes into play, but I see that like you're moving on and you're letting go. With the Knight of Swords coming in, it's also talking about you like might be going through a burnout. And like again, like some Aries, they love starting projects, but they sometimes have a hard time finishing things. And I do see some opportunities happening for you in July that you're gonna be going in and like being very optimistic and being challenged to like, you're like expressing yourself in a very creative way. But I think that like there's so much happening, and you might get burned out when all this stuff is happening. Like you still like have some healing to do here, and that's probably why like it's coming out, because like you're kind of like low energy, and then like you're still trying to like heal. So this might be in a period where you're really burnt out, Aries. But yeah, those are your hidden messages so far. What is some advice for Aries for the month of July? Oh. Okay. This card's coming out again. We got the Five of Pentacles showing itself, and then the King of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles again. Got some Pentacles coming out. The World card showed herself. Knight of Swords. I think Swords came out also earlier. What was that? Seven of Wands. The Star card. Ace of Pentacles. An opportunity. Maybe with... I'm sensing some Aquarius energy. We got some Earth energy. We got the... What's that? Six of Swords. And then the Five of Wands again. Any more advice? Is that it? Any more advice? One more shuffle. Oh, okay. Damn. For Aries. Four of Swords again. Okay. As always, I will be reading the descriptions for each card for your advice, Aries, so that you have more context on what is the message from the tarot cards. But I will also be interpreting it so that we can make sense of it all, okay? Alright, starting from over here, we have the Five of Pentacles. The storm is lifting and hope is on the horizon. The Five of Pentacles reverse reminds you that recovery takes time, but it's possible. Accept the help being offered and trust that better days are ahead. Okay, and then you have the King of Pentacles in reverse. You're clinging too tightly to control and it's holding you back. The King of Pentacles reverse says success isn't about micromanaging. It's about trust. Loosen the reins, delegate, and let things grow. Then you got the Knight of Pentacles coming through. Steady progress wins the race. The Knight of Pentacles is about showing up, even when the work feels slow or boring. Results come from consistency, not shortcuts. Trust your process and know that patience will bring lasting success. Then you have the World card. Everything is coming in full circle. This card marks completion, fulfillment, and the start of something new. Celebrate your achievements and embrace the sense of wholeness that comes with reaching this milestone. Okay, then you get the Knight of Swords in reverse. Rushing blindly may be derailing your success. The Knight of Swords reverse warns you're overextended. Without focus, progress stalls. Step back and gather your thoughts and move with intention for better results. Then you got the Seven of Wands. The pressure is on. You worked hard to get here, and now you need to defend your spot. Push past doubts and external challenges. This is your moment to stand strong and prove your resilience. Then you got the Star in reverse. Reversed, the Star means you might feel out of touch with your purpose, like you've lost your way. It's okay to feel unsure. Just take one step towards hope. Remember what inspires you and trust that hope and clarity will come. And then you have the Ace of Pentacles coming in. The Ace of Pentacles is a tangible opportunity, a new job, project, or investment worth nurturing. But it's only potential unless you act. This is your chance to plant the seed and build something lasting. And then here you have the Six of Swords. Leaving isn't easy, but it's necessary. The Six of Swords says you're moving away from a tough situation. Trust that where you're headed offers peace and clarity, even if it feels uncertain right now. Then you have the Five of Wands coming in. Conflict is here, but it's not the end. The Five of Wands shows friction and challenges, but also opportunity. Growth comes from stepping into tension and learning to move through it with strength. And then lastly, we have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is a call to retreat and recharge. You've been pushing yourself, and now it's time to pause. Rest isn't a weakness, it's how you restore your energy for what's ahead. Okay, so let's put this all together and try to interpret the overall advice here, Aries. So, overall, from what I've seen, it seems like there is a lot of stuff that happened that you're still kind of like holding on to. um, and it's like holding you back from like certain things. I don't think it's like you're completely like I don't think you have like too much of a hold on the past, but it's still kind of like stopping you from like proceeding forward. Um, and I think there's a lot of doubt that you have for the future, from what I've gathered here. But like the cards are telling you like there are better days coming, um, and that you just need to be consistent in going forward and trusting the process. There's gonna be a point where you do feel complete. I know that's very hard to believe, Aries, but there is better days coming, and you're gonna feel complete soon. And like things happen for a reason, and you have to just trust the process. Don't try to rush things. You want to be sure to like really just like focus, and if you have to stop and take a step back to reassess, so that you could come out more like victorious in a very like steadfast way, in a more like intelligent way, like go with intention. Don't like be impulsive. And I know that's hard to do. Aries are very impatient and they're very like impulsive, but like there's gonna be times where you kind of have to like stop that impulse and just pause and really think things through, and then move intentionally, because you have a lot of strength. And I think like there's gonna be people that are always gonna challenge you and push you and make you doubt yourself, but honestly, stand your ground and prove your stance on certain things. Because at the end of the day, like despite all these people who are like coming to you, it's like you're still strong, even if you're just like one person. Like the thing that's really interesting about this card, yeah, it's about conflict, but this person is literally dealing with so many things all at once, but they're not like backing away, they're standing their ground. And I think that's something very like admirable about you, Aries, is that despite what is being thrown at you, and despite the like the pressure of like the things that are happening in your life, you're still able to like stand up and stand strong and hold your ground. And I think it's very important to always like remember to like have that like intensity to maintain your boundaries regardless of what's being thrown at you. And I know like sometimes like it can get overwhelming and you might like lose your way, but you know, there's times where you have to really just stop and remember why you started, and you know, go like be around things that really like inspire you, and like things will be more clear soon. And just have hope, okay? Like there are more opportunities coming your way for sure. Like this isn't just the only time. Like there's gonna be a lot more opportunities in like different aspects, whether this is like work, whether this is like friendship, whether this is about projects, whether this is about love. Like there's so many opportunities that are gonna come your way soon, and it's just like letting go and giving up. Like that's something that like can be confused together for an Aries. Like leaving something makes an Aries feel like I gave up, and I don't like the feeling that I gave up. But it's not really like you giving up. It's like doing what is necessary, because it's like a situation that's kind of tough to deal with is not serving you, and if it's not serving you, it's not worth keeping. And it's just like that's very hard to like look at, but like, you know, you need that peace and clarity. And sometimes like what's not meant for you is not meant for you. It's good to like keep it moving. Don't like hang on to the past. Just keep moving forward. And just know that despite the friction of challenges that comes along the way, and whatever tension and stuff that's happening, like this is all like about growing and learning how to go through tough situations, because they help you build more strength on how you endure them. And I know like sometimes like you endure so much, Aries, and it can be very taxing on your like mental health, but you have to remember like you are a person too, and you do need time to like rest. Like you can't conquer the world on like 0 hours of sleep, and it's just like you need to rest, whether it's like physically sleeping more, or like letting go of things so your mental health can rest a bit, or just like, you know, not being invested in things that aren't serving you emotionally, so that like your emotional capacity isn't like taking a break, so you can be prepared for what's coming, because there's more opportunities coming. And that's been something that has been a reoccurring thing in all the spreads for tonight for you, Aries, is that like regardless of what bullshit is coming your way and whatever is challenging your emotional mental energy, like if it's not serving you, let go of it. Stand your ground. You are very strong, and like everything that's happening, it's meant to happen because you are learning and you're enduring, and it's helping you become more stronger as an individual. And understand like you're gonna feel this level of complete this completeness that's happening in full circle. You'll be like, okay, now like it doesn't make sense now, but like later down the line, you're gonna be like, ah, now that makes sense why it happened the way it did, and you're gonna be in a better place. Like you just have to trust the process. But yeah, that was your advice, Aries. I hope that resonated, and if it did, I hope it helps you in moving forward